I'm Jason Werner with Veeam, and I'm joined today by two members of IBM's cloud team, Shantu and Ahmed. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Thank you.
It's fantastic to have IBM at VeeamON this year. This is the first year we've had you as a sponsor, a gold sponsor, in fact, this year. IBM is actually a very unique partner in the Veeam ecosystem with solutions both in storage, in the data center, as well as the cloud. And today, for this short webcast, we're going to talk about offerings with Veeam and IBM Bluemix infrastructure. So maybe just to kick us off, tell us a little bit about Bluemix infrastructure.
The Bluemix infrastructure as a whole is a bare metal offering that's been built in our 46 data centers worldwide, and it's based a lot of automation on being able to deliver bare metal in a very cloudy-like fashion.
Fantastic. And just this week or last week, now starting to offer Veeam solutions on IBM Bluemix. Fantastic. We couldn't be more thrilled to be partnering with you in the cloud.
No, likewise, and it's been great. It's been a great partnership, and we're really looking forward to it.
Tell us a little bit about Veeam and IBM Bluemix, what it offers your customers.
So currently, with what we have, in market today, we allow for backups to happen on top of our VMware offerings that sit on IBM Cloud, and these VMware offerings are single-tenant offerings based on VMware Cloud Foundation. And what this gives us an ability to bring in a layered approach to our backup solutions. So as our customers are looking to bring their enterprise workloads onto IBM Cloud, this gives us an option, or gives them an option, to be able to use tools that they're using on-prem to be able to use on the cloud as well. So kind of keeping that similarity between the tool sets.
Yeah, and I think the goal here is to really automate and speed up the functionality of actually customers coming on board and using the solution sets such as backup with Veeam, and really speeding up the deployment process and then being able to back up.
And that the VMware Cloud Foundation, that was a partnership or a initiative that you announced last year.
Right, in 2016 at Interconnect was VMware and IBM have been partners for a long time. This was taking the VMware solutions and bringing them onto the cloud, and specifically launching with Cloud Foundation. So we've had a very successful launch. A lot of customers are coming on board, and part of the support for all these enterprise workloads is for us to be able to bring backup, DR, and other solutions into the picture so they can easily consume it and make it in a cloudy fashion, and also tools and functionality that they're used to using.
So Veeam is both part of the VMware Cloud Foundation on IBM Cloud for backup and recovery of both that VMware Cloud Foundation services, those core management VMs.
That's correct.
And then also for the workload layer, as customers bring those workloads from on-premises to the cloud.
Yeah, so we started off with the integration on the Cloud Foundation side and our automated platform, but we've also recently GA'd last week, which I'm very excited about, being able to offer that in our public cloud side, Bluemix infrastructure, for our Hyper-V and VMware workloads.
Both for Hyper-V and VMware. Fantastic.
Right.
And then big news here also today, a couple of announcements we've made around scalability improvements, archiving, and then blocks and object storage as well.
Yes.
Excited about that. What does that open? And when you heard those announcements, and then also with coming of V10, where do you think the roadmap and solutions can go with IBM and Veeam?
Yeah, the challenge that we've had is we really pride ourselves upon our bare metal offering, right? And that is really where our customers are looking to deploy their applications on. So with the new announcement and the agent-based support and CDP-based functionality, as well as object storage integration as well, I think this is going to be very big for us. And I think it'll solve a lot of the use cases our customers are looking for.
It's a nice end-to-end solution. It's an on-premises, physical, virtual, to the cloud, helping customers get to the cloud, manage that transition, unified tools on-premises and in the cloud, and then have that availability both on-premises and in the cloud, all unified.
Yeah, and the hybrid story is something that we are heavily, believe in, and that's how we've built the solutions, is to really bring this hybrid use cases, to market, if you will. So having the same set of, tooling that's available on-prem as well as on the cloud with, and I think with the new announcements that we just heard, I think that really, levels up the game in a big way.
Fantastic. Now, we'll have a session tomorrow dedicated. Zeb, you'll be leading a VeeamON session. So for all of you that weren't able to join us here in New Orleans, we're sorry you're not here. It's New Orleans. You should be here, number one. And number two, it's too bad you'll miss the session. But there'll be a lot more coming from both Veeam and IBM Bluemix about solutions in the future. Maybe give a couple of highlights on what you're going to talk about in your session, Zeb.
Yeah, the session's really going to be just highlighting some of the features that have been announced lately, focusing on the cloud foundation, the automation that we have on the VMware platform, and how Veeam speeds up a lot of the processes and solves for those use cases. And then also we'll talk about the GA that we went live last week on, and how that's orderable and how it's consumable for our customers.
Simple to deploy, easy to deploy.
Very, very simple to deploy. We've automated a lot of the functionality there. We'll be talking about that as well.
Fantastic.
And,
All right.
and that transcends through the stack altogether is the ease of deployment. So
Fits with that philosophy
Yes,
very nicely. Veeam, it just works, right?
it just works. That's correct.
Well, thank you for joining me today for this live cast. We hope we see you next year. This is Jason Werner, joined by Shantu Roy and Zeb Ahmed from IBM Cloud, and we'll see you next year at VeeamON.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.